Hey, how about you, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Live Recruiting Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for Auburn Live on 3, dadgummit. Today is Wednesday, October the 9th for you. It is Tuesday evening, October the 8th. Keep that in mind moving forward. If we slip up with any todays, tomorrows, or yesterdays, we're going to get to several questions from the corner tonight. Going to talk some Auburn recruiting, maybe dish out a couple of habachies. And here to do it with me, all as always, Mr. Cole Pinkston and Mr. Allen Head. How about you, big dog?
How about you, brother? What happened to Cole? He went mute.
I muted. How about you?
Oh, really? I was like, slap me in my face. Just get it over with.
I know, right?
Dang. Rude. I hate rude behavior in a man. Won't tolerate it. All right, folks. We are going to do a quality-packed show for you today. In the recruiting show, we're going to get to questions from the corner. Like I said, before we get started on those questions from the corner, you know what I'm rocking tonight. Today. That's that Q-Zip, big dog. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah, look at
Q-Zip. Q-Zip, man. This is my Roback Q-Zip. There's only one way to describe it. Roback is the best fit, best feel. That's actually two ways to describe it, but we will go ahead with the narrative. For those who aren't familiar with Roback, they are completely changing the game with their incredibly comfortable activewear. I can absolutely attest to it. This is unlike anything I've ever worn. And y'all seen the shirts that Cole and I have sported in the shows as well. They've got these cool polos with little Albies. They've got one with little Jordan hairs on there. It's part of their new licensed game day collection, and it is fantastically awesome. With novel polo designs like I showed you, clean hoodies. Here's my Q-Zip. For some of your favorite schools, including Auburn, it's definitely worth checking out. Roback's everyday shorts are the perfect pairing as well. They are so comfortable. Have an elastic band on them for those little front heavy folks. Great fabric that is made to have the appearance of a nice short, but the comfort of an athletic short. And they're also in the NIL game with some quarterbacks from around the SEC and nationally too. Quinn Ewers, Caleb Downs, among some of the guys they have signed with. Use the promo code Auburn20, AUBURN 20, for a generous 20% off for all new customers through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com, Roback.com. 20% off all performance polos, shorts, and more with the promo code Auburn20, Auburn20. Appreciate Roback sponsoring the show. Love their attire. Hope you guys check them out. You will not be disappointed. All right, fellas, let's get right into it. Let's jump right into the questions. And you know Eli Double-Ought's coming out with his hammer cock. Double-Ought, hammer cock. There you go.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, firearm pun, not anything else. This is a good question. What is the latest on Naeem Offord, the 5-star cornerback from Birmingham who's committed to Ohio State? We all have heard a lot of positive buzz with Auburn. A lot of positive buzz. I have him at 60% on the hot board. I think Cole is posted something. It might even be a little bit more confident. But do you see this going to signing day, fellas?
It very well could, because a guy like Naeem Offord, he's not to the liberty of anyone. No, I think he doesn't have to answer to anybody. It's kind of the other way around with a guy this good. In other words, there's no timeline here. He could tell Auburn he's coming, but he don't have to do anything because they don't have to press. They can press him, but he's that big of a prospect where you're going to follow him. Whatever he wants to do, when he wants to do it, that's the way it is.
Think of it like Deuce. Unless Auburn has leverage, I don't foresee a situation where Naeem Offord is in any kind of a rush.
Right.
I'll be surprised if it doesn't go to National Signing Day. Let's put it that way, Eli.
Yep.
Carter Mann, after missing out on Usman Chroma, how hard do you see the staff pushing for Chicago Mills Knight? Not any harder than they already have been. I think they've maxed that out. They will continue to max that out. And the same with Usman Chroma. They'll push for both of those guys. If they can get one or both, they'll take them. Take as many as they want to come. And if they don't get any of them, they'll sign Alvin Henderson and go to the portal for any remaining needs. Anybody want to argue with me?
Negative. That would be my information to a T.
Yep, that's why Chicago Mills Knight was on campus even when it was in the heat of the Usman Chroma.
Yeah, I think he was there for the second game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
It's
Cal
kind of
game.
a surprise. We
Yeah.
weren't quite expecting him, and he was there.
No, you're right. Showed up with a teammate, I believe. A couple of them, maybe.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't see any of those two flipping at this time, though. I think they're both long shots, but Auburn will continue to pursue.
It'd probably take Lane to Florida to
Yeah.
to,
Hey, and it's
to move the
possibility.
needle there.
Right. There will have to be some extenuating circumstances for
Yes.
that to change. Second Skin 23, not to be confused with First Skin. Are there any wide receivers that weren't previously on Auburn's radar that may start showing interest with Deuce in the class now? I don't have any new ones. I have checked. I felt pretty good about my hot board update on Monday. The main guys are Caleb Cunningham, Sam Turner. I think you watched for Dalen Upshaw.
Yes.
CJ Wiley to an extent. Of
Yeah,
course,
there's-
Eric Smith is going to be the guy that they take late,
Yeah.
Yes.
but I
Especially-
wouldn't count him as like. If I say that Auburn's going to sign 3, I'm not counting Eric Smith.
I will say this. The 105 looks a lot more likely now, being that the House settlement there's a preliminary agreement from the judge there in that case, signing off on that. So the 105 is looking more likely, which means maybe those numbers go up some. We'll see.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, and I hope maybe some of the team guys, when they get Hugh in front of the podium again, ask him if that affects his recruiting strategy moving forward.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah, definitely. It probably will. Of course, I think they were preparing for it anyway.
I kind of do too.
Yeah.
It's smart to prepare for the biggest number, right?
It is smart to prepare, but the problem is that the NCAA has not given clear guidance yet. They've been waiting for this to kind of come through, and I don't know if by the time you get to February, if you're going to have all the guidance in place that you need to know, you're going to go to 105. And so I wish the NCAA would probably just table it for 1 year so you get everything set, and then you know what you're recruiting against. But that's not how the NCAA works, right?
Especially 2 months out from signing day. It's like, oh, yeah, by the way, you can add 20 more scholars.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, right?
Let's start
Yeah.
with the 2026 class.
Yes, very much so.
Let's see. Q4. So no second skin, none yet. I think he just boosts.
As far as receivers go, too, man, that's not exactly one of those positions that's like has all these late bloomers. You kind of know what you're getting at receiver speed. You know, that's number one usually, and then size. And there aren't a ton of like, hey, where'd this guy come from?
No, it's a down class in the running backs and with wide receivers this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you.
It just not a lot. Maybe it's just not the style that Hugh wants to recruit from either. That could also be a factor, right? Maybe there's a plethora of receivers, just not necessarily the ones with the skill set that he's looking for.
I hear you, man. Poppy Clan. Which of the current recruits will push for serious playing time next season? Good question. We've seen a lot of true freshmen breaking through out of that 2024 class. A couple of midseason All-Americans in Malik Blockton and Caleb Harris. But with when you get younger guys starting, it almost makes it even harder for the guys in the class behind them to break through. But current recruits push for serious playing time next season.
I know one off the top of my head.
Okay.
Jordan Crawford, and I think Cole was about to say the same name.
I was going to say Anquan Fagans.
Both of those. Maybe even Eric Winters, potentially.
Naeem Alford.
Yes, too deep guy right away.
Let me tell you something, by the way. I love Antonio Coleman.
Ooh, buddy.
I got him.
He went up in my book after watching him in person, man. He dominated.
So he's been sending. Go ahead, Cole. Sorry.
Now he's not a nose guard. He doesn't need to play nose guard on the next level. A couple times he got doubled and he got kind of ran out of there. But that's not his skill set. His skill set is I'm gonna jump that gap and you ain't stopping me. Like he's got elite get off. And then you watch him as a blocker. That's probably what you're referring to when he's at tight end, Jeffrey.
I love everything. And he's sent me cut ups every week. I mean, this kid's been at every home game talking, and I've gotten to, I like him, dude. I know
his situation. Yeah.
Right. But man, I love this kid. I hope he has success. I'm pulling for him. And I'm going to tell you what, maybe I'm a little biased here. Maybe I'm not, but if I'm ranking Auburn's 4 defensive tackle commitments, D-line commitments, I've got him at the top.
He's the twitchiest one. He's the one that has the potential to create the most chaos. I still like Jordan Crawford the best because he's the most consistent. Yep. And I think he plays a value position for Auburn where he's going to play that 1/0 nose, and you really need depth there. If you look at who you're losing this year, you're going to need some depth at that position for sure. Antonio's more of a 3-tech/4-eye.
Yeah.
That guy that's going to be the penetrator like Cole talked about that's going to jump that gap and wreak havoc.
What was Nick Fairley, Alan?
He was a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we played a legitimate 4 down front, and he played 3-tech and just absolutely caused chaos inside. And I think in time, Antonio can do that. My only question is his actual weight right now, like where is he at? Because he looked a little bit light on tape, like he was playing at about 270-ish, maybe 265. He's going to need to play a 280 plus to be in the SEC, similar to Malik Blockton. He's going to have to put on some weight.
He's got a good frame, Alan. I think you're right. He's probably 270, 275 right now, but 290 plus is not out of the realm of possibility in his first year. I was going to say Antonio might be the flashiest of the D linemen, but have you watched Nate Marshall?
He's good.
Oh my goodness.
So here was my question. Does any on this panel, when you're ranking Auburn's 4 defensive line commitments, because Nate Marshall's the next Keldrick Falk, does anybody not have Malik Autry at 4 right now? He's not had a great senior season. Does anybody not have Malik Autry at 4?
I don't, and to me,
he is in my actual ranking. I think he is the 4th of them all.
I thought he was going to be more of a 3/4-eye, and I'm going to be honest with you, Jeffrey. He's a nose, and he's behind Jordan Crawford, in my honest opinion.
I agree. I've got him at 4.
I've
got Antonio, Jordan, and Jordan and Nate. They're 2 different players. I get that.
Yeah.
If you want to go the interior guys, it's Antonio for me. Antonio, Jordan, Malik, and Nate's out there with Keldrick
and Amaris
Williams.
Whew, that's a deep defensive end room, is it not?
Yeah, it is. You almost are like, okay, law of averages here. Somebody, right?
Yeah,
somebody's got to together. If that all stays together,
somebody's going to boom.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's a chance for a bust, but somebody's going to boom. All right, AU 86KB. Did Auburn push for Kel Ellis to reclassify, or was it his decision and Auburn was okay with it to keep him? Auburn okay with it to keep him. You know what he said in the story that I had on Sunday? Should have come out Saturday, but I digress. Here we go. I'll give you the quote. 86KB. After talking over with Coach Thornton and Coach Freeze, this is the right decision. Auburn, myself, and my family feel it gives me the best opportunity to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. God has blessed me with an incredible opportunity to play this game, so why not come in early, learn from the veteran guys, Connor Lew, and work my butt off to fight for a job? So coming in with Deuce Knight was a big deal. So it sounds like it was a collective decision.
Yeah.
I have a little intel on this.
Okay.
That goes along with what Cale's saying there. We had actually heard about this in advance before it all happened, that it was a possibility, but I don't know if it was like something that Cale brought to them. I think they probably saw how he was playing. They know he's a center. They saw, hey, your grades are everything they need to be. What if?
We need a center in this class.
Yes.
Not next class.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
And he's like, yeah.
Count me in.
That's awesome. And I think if I had to guess, I don't know all the details, but that's probably what it was a mutual deal like that. So, and to answer the guy's question, did they want Kel Ellis in this class? Yes. They think Kel Ellis is the real deal.
Go watch his junior midseason cut.
He punishes people, does he not?
Even I can tell you that he's really good.
He's good. I actually talked to Jake Thornton after he camped this year, and he was like, wow. He came back like a different person. Like, he didn't look like that when I saw him last time.
He looks like a senior right now. I mean, he's a big old boy.
He is. He's every bit of 6'3", 300+ pounds probably.
God, and he carries it so well. Carries it really well.
He does. And it's funny. I used a picture. I was looking in our pictures. I hadn't taken one of him in a while to use for articles.
I couldn't find one.
Well, I looked through mine. I found one from A-Day, and I almost skipped past it because I was like, well, that's not I thought it was his little brother. Like, because he still had some of that baby fat and he looked younger.
Yeah.
He don't look like that anymore.
Hey, before we get to question 6, got HelloFresh again this week, fellas. Excited to say that everybody here has been enjoying HelloFresh. If you're not familiar with HelloFresh, it is farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip those trips to the grocery store. Count on HelloFresh to make home cooking fun and affordable. That's why it's America's number one meal kit. Whip up tasty restaurant-style meals in your own kitchen. HelloFresh has tons of options for whatever you're craving. I know Cole is a big advocate of HelloFresh. We are too. We've had 2 meals this week already, the chicken tacos. And what else? We have Caesar salad. We still got the black bean soup. These are fantastic.
Oh yeah, I like them.
Stir fry tacos, fantastic stuff. Love HelloFresh. Right now, you get 10 meals. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/Auburn. /free Auburn Live. All lowercase, all one word. Use that promo code free Auburn Live. You get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com. It's applied across 7 boxes. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals just by going to HelloFresh.com/free Auburn Live. It's fantastic. Go check it out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. All right, E. Maximus, long-term recruiting question. I'm wondering about this, Alan. Maybe you can help me out. The Trent Seaborn, he is a 2027 quarterback at Thompson. Been starting since he was in the 3rd grade. He's won 7 national championships, a couple of state titles. I mean, he's very decorated. I'm not being. I'm not.
No, I mean he is for sure,
and he's a really good kid. I really like Trent. I wish him success wherever he goes. But Maximus wants to know, is he an Alabama lock?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think he likes Auburn a lot, actually.
Yeah. Locke would be strong. I mean, to say that he's not interested in Alabama would be a lie, too.
Sure.
I mean, I think he's very interested in what Kalen DeBoer and what they've done offensively so far. But Locke is far too strong for that one. And I think you've seen Auburn make moves at Thompson High School these last 2 cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have.
And I think they're going to continue to kind of press the gas there. Mark Freeman has an excellent program. Hugh Freeze has done a phenomenal job. Charles Kelly has also very much helped in that regard as far as carving that footprint for Auburn there at Thompson High School. And so my thought process is that's going to continue, and they're going to recruit Trent Seaborn extremely hard.
Would you feel differently if Nick Saban was still there?
Yes.
Me too.
I mean, I'd feel different about a lot of things if Nick Saban were still at Alabama.
Touche, big dog. Touche.
Changes everything. Auburn wasn't winning battles against Saban, really.
Well, they're not really having to beat Alabama for a lot of the Alabama's. We've talked about this a lot. Kalen DeBoer and his relationships and the staff back west. Auburn has had an easier time with in-state kids.
Yeah.
Well, they've made it when there are battles between Auburn and Alabama, they've gotten closer to 50-50, right?
I'm with Cole on this and Alan too. He does like Auburn. He's been to Auburn a lot. I still think it's going to be difficult, but we'll see how that plays out. It's going to be one to watch in 2027. Jared Nelson, 11. What was the biggest reason for Auburn losing out on Nelson McGuire? This is pretty easy. Does it have anything to do with Kel Ellis reclassifying? Kel?
No.
Nothing. I don't know how many times that question's been asked. It's funny the things that people think about that I had never even put in my mind. You know what I mean? No, it didn't. Auburn was always worried about A&M making a move, and A&M decided to make a move, and end of story.
In-state school.
That recruitment felt a lot like Cohen Eccles last year to me.
Very, very, very well said.
Which he didn't end up at Texas A&M. He ended up at LSU, but it was kind of the staying closer to home thing. Felt like Auburn had made this, massive move, and they did. But
it was almost like if there was a kid from Alabama and he was leaning A&M because Auburn really wasn't pushing hard, and then Auburn gets him in, pushes hard for him, and boom, he's done.
You may see that with TK Norman this year if Auburn decides to turn the juice on there, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah. Let's see. No movement with that, though. I checked on that last week as well. He's I don't think he's hearing much from Auburn, but that could change because he's having a good season.
Right.
But Falcons 23-38-4. Is Deuce's recruitment done, or is there lingering concern about Ole Miss? As far as I know, it is done. Ooh.
I'm not saying it's not done. I just think that until Penn gets put to paper, that there will be teams that will come in with large NIL offers at the absolute last second. And they will wait till you get closer to signing day to make sure that they drop the absolute best offer that they can make. And I would anticipate that Ole Miss is going to make that kind of a swing at Deuce. Now, do I have information saying he's wavering at all? I do not. He is solid to Auburn. He's recruiting for Auburn. I'm just saying that in the landscape of the way things are today, my expectation would be that Ole Miss is going to take one more crack at it.
That's why I prefaced it with, as far as I know right now.
Right.
He's done. I haven't heard any concerns after the first week, but we will be. That's a great reminder. We're going to have an Auburn Live Plus show up later today with Alvin Henderson. We're going to go behind the scenes in the recruitment and so subsequent commitment of Deuce Knight. Y'all be on the lookout for that. If you haven't subscribed to Auburn Live Plus, today's a great time to do so. That show is going to be fantastic with a lot of good intel on that recruitment. Go get signed up to Auburn Live Plus on our YouTube channel. $2.99 a month. Fantastic content. Hell, Cole stuff on there is worth the price of admission. All right, Lord George, given Auburn has had growing pains along the offensive line this year, how is the 2025 offensive line class shaping up? And what might next year's starting O-line look like? How is the 2025? Well, they've got 6 commitments now.
Yep.
Let's see. Jacoby Ward, Tavares Dice, Broderick Scholl, Spencer Dallin, Kel Ellis, Spencer Dallin, and Ty Buster.
Yes. Who might be
starting?
Yeah.
Might be one more. Still recruiting Andrew Babalola, Malachi Goodman.
I would say Nelson McGuire's out.
Yeah.
There might be a JUCO guy or two to keep an eye on, but I don't think they're going to be that big of a deal.
They offered a guy last week or so, but I don't know.
I don't think there's much to that.
I was going to say, I don't think that was a legitimate offer.
I think they're putting the feelers out on JUCOs, but they're not going to make any big moves with JUCOs.
I didn't make it a big deal, and that's kind of the feedback I was getting. Like, I hear you.
My expectation would be if we're going to offer a JUCO, it's going to be a tackle, not a center. Like that offer didn't make a ton of sense to me, especially with the fact that Braden Joyner can also give you reps at center next year. If you need him to, he can easily cross-train at both. And then you're bringing in Kel Ellis. So I just didn't quite understand that one. But tackle is a different story, right? You're going to be losing potentially both of your starting tackles after this year. So it might make sense to bring in a junior college guy to kind of help bridge the gap with some of the inexperience you may have on the roster.
Yeah, Jared, tackle is where you're trying to get another
shore up. Jared in you and Jen.
However you say that, brother. You're better out than me.
That guy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Is it like Nguyen?
It's Nguyen in Jewin.
Believe it or not, I think you pronounced that win. Don't call me crazy.
In Jewin.
It's pronounced win.
Look at Zach.
He don't know. Shut up, Zach.
Zach knows more than us. I promise you.
Oh yeah. In Jewin.
I'm going to go with Win. I think it is Win.
Wait a minute. Are you saying like Jared Win or Jared and Jew Win?
No, Win. Just
Win.
Just Win. Similar to who was the linebacker from A&M back in the day that had the same last name spelled just like that? And it was said Win.
Wow. Okay. Jaden Win. There you go. That's what I said.
I know that makes so much sense. That makes so much phonetic sense, right?
All right, Rackham Willie. Final question of the night. What is everyone's boldest prediction as it pertains to Auburn's 2025 class finishes up? Auburn currently at number 4, I believe, which is only good for 3 in the SEC, believe it or not. Let me check on that. Team rankings. Auburn is at number 4. Ohio State at 1, Bama at 2, LSU at 3, Georgia at 5, and Auburn above Georgia at 4. So where do we think Auburn finishes up? Y'all still in the same range?
My bold prediction is Auburn is going to land Naheem Alford and that they will end up sliding to number 5, and it will be Auburn's first top 5 class since Gus circa 2014. maybe 15 class. The class that Derek Brown and Byron Cowart, that group, the one where Will Muschamp came on board. I think that may have been 16.
I was going to say 16. I don't know why I was going to say 16.
Yep. I think that's the last top 5 class we've had.
It was number 5, to 2016. I'll go with 5 as well. Hey, let's get to some how about you real quick. We want to get to our.
Let me throw mine in real quick. Jeffrey.
Go ahead, Big Dog.
2 more flips are going to happen. That's my bold prediction.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
One of them is Naeem Offord. That's my bold prediction.
And one is TBA.
I have an idea who it might be, TBD. But I'm not gonna say their name yet because I just don't know. But it's just like a gut feeling that guy could end up.
I'm gonna say 4 or 5 is the ceiling here. 6 to 7 is the floor. I'd say 4 to 7. How about that? I like where things are going. 4 to 7. Okay. Let's see. How about you? I've got 3.
I got 4.
Okay.
You guys go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Yes, sir.
All right. John Madden.
Okay. Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah, Hall of Fame coach. He's on our board, so.
Wow. The ghost of John Madden.
Just a good comment. Good encouraging comment.
I like it.
Same goes for T. Phillips, 1007, who this is my second how about you for him.
Yeah, he's on fire.
It's that Charles Barkley eating pizza, man. That's what it is. Moon Weagle.
Good one.
True South guy.
True South.
Yeah.
And then I'm Ron Burgundy.
That's
his name.
I am.
It's just I am Ron Burgundy ? That's
okay. Yes. For somebody who is an Anchorman fan. Yes, give me all the Ron Burgundy.
I get it now because that's what he said on the show.
Put a question mark on the prompt. Yes. You know he will read it.
Yes.
What did I say? I said something in the Ask Pink. Somebody said you need a sign off now that you're doing the shows, like Jeffrey has to stay out of that left lane. I think it was MLC actually that said you need a sign off.
She's awesome.
And I said you stay classy, corner.
No,
and I'm Ron Burgundy. Chimed in and said, "I approve this message." That's good stuff, man.
That's good
San
stuff.
Diego, a Wells, and we'll not say it.
Saint Diego.
Yes, Saint Diego. For me, let's go with Wardam Don. I haven't seen him pop in a while, and he finally jumped back on the board. So let's give Don and Twin Peaks a little bit of love here.
Yeah. He hadn't called in a minute, too. He needs to call.
No, he hasn't. Wardam Don, if you're listening, call in, man. We miss you.
Yeah.
Lord George. Thought LG was good this week. And then Tank for America. Loved his call on the Sunday show.
Good stuff. He is a fantastic caller.
He really is.
I've got, how about you to Ronnie Van Zant?
Great name.
And how about you to Horace from 3, one of my favorites, for pointing out that Abraham Lincoln just had a little baby. So congratulations to Abraham, not Abraham, but Abraham Lincoln. Ronnie Van Zant, Horace from 3, Abraham Lincoln, John Madden, T. Phillips, Moon Weagle. I am Ron Burgundy. Wardam Don, Lord George, Tank for America. Fantastic week. Also, don't forget HelloFresh, folks. Go to get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/freeAuburnLive, all lowercase, all one word. Applied across 7 boxes. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals just by going to HelloFresh.com/freeAuburnLive. And, of course, Roback, they got the fantastic deal, too. Use the promo code Auburn20. Auburn20 for a generous 20% off for all new customers through the end of this week. That's spelled H. No, it's not. It's spelled RHOBACK.com. 20% off all performance polos, shorts, and more with the code Auburn20. That's going to do it, folks. We appreciate everybody listening. We appreciate everybody watching. For Cole Pinkston, for Zach in the back who stayed in the back, for Alan Head, I'm Jeffrey Lee, man. Y'all say that left lane. See ya.